Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another neki broadcast. Today we are playing the one and only Dauntless. So it's a classic, ladies and gentlemen. So buckle up, neki versus Dauntless, like in the good old days, on Freelands, by popular demand. Enjoy. I'm really excited about this game, and no matter what happens, even if it's a terrible game with mistake after mistake, and it's hard to watch simply because it's neki versus Dauntless, I am going to upload it. But I can assure you, ladies and gentlemen, this will be an incredibly tough game for both opponents, for both me and Dauntless. For those of you who don't know who Dauntless is, he has been at the top of the ladder table for ages. Now the ladder table is a bit, let's say, irrelevant because it's a bit irrelevant because there are not that many players and players are not that active. So I'm not sure if Dauntless is still at the top of the ladder table, but I would say, excluding myself, of course, I can't say about me whether I should be at the top of the ladder table or not, because I can't be objective on the matter. But I would say, excluding myself, I would say Dauntless definitely deserves to be at the top of the ladder table. Anyway, so we are player 2 here on Freelands, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I am Dwarf, and I'm not really sure, because if I just go Outlaws, right? Outlaws are the only quick units that Dwarves have. If I go full Outlaw, and then I discover that Dauntless is, for example, Drake, then basically I can already quit the game. I can already concede, right? So it's absolutely no point in me going Outlaws. I would go, for this, respect my opponent. I'm playing one of the best Wesnoth players ever, right? So I should respect my opponent, and I should go more of a classic, heavy Dwarf recruit. As much as it's possible, of course. For example, to get this village, I would need an 8 movement point unit, and definitely I would never be able to get there with Dwarf, right? So it is really unfortunate that I'm Dwarf. I would have to be passive and defend, unfortunately, but well, I get to defend versus the best attack there is. Now, Dauntless can be, obviously, I think he's not Orc, because if he was Orc, he would already finish recruiting at this point. So he is definitely not Orc. Now, if he wasn't dead, I would say recruits would be also very clear. I'm not sure what he's doing, to be honest. He's player 1, so I'm not really sure what he's doing. So we are going to get a Griffin Rider, though this is a bit strong resilient Griffin Rider. I like that because I can efficiently use it in defense. Now, in terms of defending here, I absolutely need a guardsman. So there is my guardsman, resilient. That's why a resilient strong would have been better than resilient healthy, but I would take healthy anyway. And I definitely need another guardsman on this side. I'm not sure whether I should be efficient or, the problem is I would recruit a thief to simply grab this village. The problem is if he is Orc, and I'm not really sure if he was Orc, why did he wait so much to recruit? Probably doing mind games. And I recruit a thief, I would probably be dead. So I don't want to be dead from the beginning. But at the same time, I do want to grab this village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if I would get a quick Dwarf, I would be able to get this village. So I would say perhaps get a quick guardsman. Quick. Oh, of course not. Anyway, so already my recruits look terrible. So from this perspective, I would probably need to recruit some quick units. Unfortunately, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, a quick Dwarvish fighter. Strong, healthy, of course not. Okay, so I'm officially I'm officially in big trouble. Now, another quick unit would be a thief, right? But thief is not very good in defense, and I am already going defensive, right? So I would need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's just terrible, ladies and gentlemen. My recruits are absolutely disastrous. So, well, this footpad at least is quick, so at least I can use him as a scout because it's useless otherwise. Now, this would be an incredibly village-starved dwarf play. Incredibly village-starved. I'm even thinking at this point there is absolutely no motivation for me to grab this village, right? Because it's, if I grab this village in 2 or this village in 2, it's basically the same, right? So I would take this, for example, this particular dwarvish guardsman here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. I would then grab the village on the extremity, right? Might as well use my Griffin Rider, for example, here, because that is a very difficult village to grab, and then use the Griffin Rider to grab also the village on this side, right? Because this village would be problematic given how things stand. Or I could use the footpad on this side, then scout a bit, and then grab this village, right? And I would have these 2 units to counteract a possible orc rush. So from this perspective, I would say take the footpad here. Okay, then take this here and take the dwarvish guardsman on that side. Take this dwarvish fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4. This dwarvish fighter is quite good because it can basically migrate between this. So I would actually want him in the center. So from this perspective, I would say 1, 2, 3, 4. Say here, right? 3, 4. So I would want him here to basically grab this village. So I would say that I would want my Griffin Rider. It's going to be problematic. I want my Griffin Rider to be able to scout a bit more, right? Oh, loyalists. Well, at least I don't have to worry about a night attack, right? So I don't have to worry about a night attack. I should have been the one attacking at night, actually. I have to be careful not to go too many defensive units. This is going to be absolutely brutal. So loyalists are absolutely fantastic at countering dwarves. Absolutely fantastic. So it's going to be a tough game for me. However, on Freelands, the terrain is as such that I could abuse this transition here between center to mountain, and I have another mountain on the other side. Therefore, I can defend pretty efficiently versus loyalists, right? So from this perspective, I have a fighting chance, I would say. But I'm so annoyed at this point that I did not play Ladder Era, because now his calves absolutely have 8 movement points. They would be incredibly difficult to deal with. This is not going to be fun, ladies. It's going to be incredibly fun for Dauntless, but it's not going to be fun for me. He has the faction advantage here, and I'll be forced to defend the whole game until I build such a critical mass of units that I can move across the map and fight with Ovsikas. But I need to build up those dwarvish fighters' numbers. I need sturdy units like this Dwarvish fighter, and I need basically, if he has 10 spears, I would need 10 Dwarvish fighters, right? So this would be so only after I match his spearmen with my Dwarvish fighters, only then I can move across the map and try to attack. Until then, I have to patiently defend. Now there are some, there is some nice terrain here, right? There's some mountain, hills. That's a nice terrain for dwarves. So from this perspective, I would say that this matchup is a bit more balanced here than on other maps. So if I can get that far into the game, such that I can launch an attack on this side through these mountains and hills, I can perhaps give Dauntless a run for his money, but it's going to be tough. Not really sure what Dauntless is doing in the background, probably computing there, placing his units, trying to make an attack. During afternoon, he is green, or perhaps he's multitasking. Not really sure. However, I need to mind my own business, right? It's difficult to scout, because if I get this footpad out of position, this is basically a punching bag for these cavalrymen, and I'm sure there's a horseman lurking in the dark somewhere, right? So I need to be really, really careful. Now, Dwarvish guardsmen on this side. Now I need to scout a bit more. Oh, what is this? This is a bug, right? This is a bug. Why is it placing me on? Okay, so we get a lot of spears. Apparently he didn't recruit. Going to place this Griffin Rider centrally, perhaps on this side. Well, I'm just going to do it centrally. I want to see what's coming from both sides, right? Now, in terms of this Dwarvish fighter, not really certain where to place him, whether it would be good to basically move my leader or not. Now, given the positioning of this cavalryman, I would say that, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there's nothing coming. He will definitely not take this village because of my leader, so I've just answered my own question. I'm going to take this village. And what else am I going now? I see these spearmen, so I'm thinking that he will actually launch an attack on the left-hand side. So from this perspective, I would recruit yet another guardsman. Strong, resilient, that's what I wanted to see. Healthy, intelligence, strong, resilient, healthy. Now, it's too late to get this guardsman on that side. I feel that it should be on this village, and that's the end of it. Now, yeah, I guess that's my turn right there, because if he gets this village, I can bring my hero into battle and I can take it from there. Now, given that this will be a long game in which I won't attack, Dauntless is now preparing. He is probably banking for this exact reason, simply because he wants to recruit a horseman now, or a mage. He wants to have the perfect composition when he will attack next turn. Perhaps on this side, I'm not really sure. Also, I want to have the perfect composition when I'm defending that attack coming on this side, right? So and I have to be even more careful than he is, simply because my units are incredibly slow, right? So I need to make sure that I have the perfect unit composition and that I send the unit on the correct side. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to migrate to the other. So what he will try to do, he will try to outmaneuver me. He will try to use his calves and his quick spearmen. He has 2 quick spearmen, right? So you would have to, for example, put pressure on here, then take them back through here, attack here. Similarly to what was the previous game we played on Freelands. I think I played versus Daniel Biar, where he was the dwarf actually, and he was actually using dwarf pretty well. He had lots of loyalists, and he was basically attacking left and right. So I won't be able to keep up with him. He is going to block my vision here. I would expect him to do that, although I can try to attack him. Although this, look how slow this dwarvish fighter is. It's like, attack this unit right there, sir, and he needs like 2 years to reach. He can't swim, he's afraid of water. Anyway, I would need to keep an eye on what Dauntless is doing. For this particular reason, I would say another Griffin Rider would be a great idea. Okay, he's retreating, he's not going to do much. He's just going to look around. So another Griffin Rider would be a great idea. Why? They are expensive, yes. But at the same time, if the game goes on for longer and it becomes a game of upkeep, right? Then I would have units like Griffin Riders that are extremely powerful, but they would still cost 1 upkeep, right? I'm saying extremely powerful, but during day, I think Griffin Rider can die to 1 Soul Spearman if the Spearman is on 60% or even 50%. So, and plus the Griffin Rider doesn't have ranged attack. So I'm saying strong unit, but it's not actually that strong when you go hit for hit. I would say that they're not that good. The only good quality that they have is that they can hit from afar and they can surprise your opponent. And they do deal, 13-2. It's nice. It's nice to have a unit that deals 13 damage and has 2 chances to deal it, right? Okay, there is a horseman, quick intelligent horseman, and as you can see, he's already moving his units towards that side of the map. So now if I am going to look at exactly what's happening here, 1, okay, that's good. So you see the mage coming. I'm not sure about his units on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of pressure here. I'm really certain he will not attack with the horseman into my dwarvish guardsman. I'm really certain of that. Not at night. Definitely not at night. Now, I'm putting a bit of pressure here, not necessarily because I want to actually to make an attack now. No way, I don't have the resources for that yet. However, I want to know whether he will be going on the left-hand side or whether he will be going on the right-hand side. I need to know where the attack is coming from, right? It is really, really important at this moment in time. Now, I'm not sure this is... You see, I'm desperately trying to scout with the 4 movement point unit, and I'm not having a lot of success. Now, I don't know where the attack is coming from. I do see some mages here, and I am going to recruit another guardsman. Quick, healthy. Okay, that is a better guardsman in the sense that it can stay here, then it can move around. So this is quick dwarf. It's not much of a defender, so I can't really place him on a village because he's quick and he does not have that many hit points. But at least I could place him on a mountain on 60%. It would be pretty good. And then it could run around reinforcing. Now, again, I need to see where the attack is coming from. I would poke a bit around here. I could. What is this? No, I won't take any chances here. I won't be in the range of his units, right? But what I could do here, I could try to least mimic an attack, right? With this dwarvish fighter, mimic something, at least deny him vision. If anything, deny this cav from coming on the center of the map and seeing what's going on, right? I don't want him to know that I am actually recruiting guardsmen, trying to defend even more. Okay. This seems good enough. Now, what I need to do, I need to start recruiting fighters. I'm a bit worried that on this side I don't have fighters. Again, I don't know yet where the attack is coming. He might put some spears on this side to block the vision of my griffins. For example, he would... Okay, there is a fencer there. Those... A strong, resilient fencer. Those are great during the day versus Orfseekers, right? Because I see this fencer, I need to recruit more fighters. He's not abusing cavalry, to be honest. He should be abusing cavalry. I believe that... I mean, I only have these guardsmen. And the reason why I'm recruiting guardsmen first, you say, oh, neki, you are such a camper, right? You are recruiting guardsmen. No. Think about it. Let's say I recruited fighters or thunderers, right? Or even... No, let's say fighters, right? Because I need a core unit, right? Fighters is a good example. Let's say I recruited fighters, which is a cheaper unit. It allows me to swarm, and also it deals more damage. So from this perspective, it is a more offensive unit than the guardsman. Look, the guardsman deals 5-3, whereas the fighter deals... Well, it's a strong fighter. It deals 8-3, but 7-3 versus 5-3. That's a great difference, 21 versus 15. However, guardsmen are relatively okay. I'm not saying they're good. Are relatively okay in defending versus cavalry. I mean, if you think about it, the horseman gets the first shot on a guardsman. Sure, the guardsman deals the retaliation, but if Dauntless could use a mage to get my guardsman really, really low, then the horseman can come and finish off the guardsman. So from this perspective, recruiting too many guardsmen is not an answer to absolutely everything, right? It's not, because these horsemen are quite good at countering guardsmen. I mean, they can finish off guardsmen pretty easily. However, if I recruited lots of fighters, let's say Dauntless would make a big attack with spears, we will start exchanging blows and exchanging units. And then, let's say Dauntless had a bit of an edge. Then Dauntless will start recruiting lots of cavalry to reinforce, right? Those cavalry units will get to the battlefront very quickly. If I start recruiting guardsmen, then it will be too late, because my guardsmen can reinforce much slower than cavalry. Therefore, I need to prepare for the meanest unit that Dauntless can throw at me. Unfortunately, the only way to do it, I mean, the only way I can stand a chance of surviving are guardsmen. So this is the only unit that can, let's say, hold their own versus cavalry, right? So I am recruiting these guardsmen. Because cavalry will come, mass cavalry will eventually come. As you can see, he's slowly shifting towards the right. So now I know that the attack is coming from the right hand side. There's no question about that. So the mage is here. Right, the mage is here. I'm going to have a look. Okay, there's another archer and another spearman. Definitely the attack is on this side, right? So I noticed that the attack was on that side. So I am going to move my units around accordingly. I'd say no, this one's quick. Can the mage reach me? Not. So this will be incredibly difficult to defend. There are a lot of spears coming. That's the frustrating part about this guardsman, right? I mean, even if he stays here, right, the fencer can come around him, and this guardsman can't really get. So the guardsman can't really get the village anyway, right? So even if I do go here, it's basically a waste of my guardsman. Could try to attack the fencer if he does come forward, but we both, me and Dauntless, know it's a waste. Now there are some units here that have potential for damage. Creating a dwarvish fighter simply because they have lots of hit points and are relatively difficult to kill. Not really sure about that guardsman there. I'm more of them trying to intimidate him. I think Dauntless already knows there is not much I can do on that side. Now it's first watch, and I want to prevent. Here. I want to prevent scouting, right? That's my main worry, scouting. I don't want him to see too much. So that's why I'm holding my guardsman forward. Plus, scouting from my side, I want to see what's coming. Now, he might try to poke a bit around on this guardsman, so I should be careful. I will go this way. But now he will basically know that I'm not serious about an attack. And if he's going here, then it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably he will not see much. Plus, he will comfortably move forward on this front, and he will make a grand attack. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is not much else I could do. The units that I recruited don't allow me to play anything else. See the scout coming, he's going to see the second guardsman. I don't think he has gold for another mage. I highly doubt he would have gold for that. I should probably recruit a Thunderer as well. Simply because if he does put his calf forward as a shield, I need to have a unit that can quickly dispatch of the Thunderer. The problem with Thunderers is that if they miss, it's really painful. If they hit, they are absolutely fantastic. Also, I have to take into account the fact that there is an archer coming and a mage. So, you see the fencer here doesn't care about anything. So from this perspective, that was a mistake. What I want to do here is basically pull one of his units on this side, try to discourage him from doing anything too crazy. However, what I would have done, what I may have done, is dug myself into a hole. I'm not sure what Dauntless is doing there. Are you undoing units, Dauntless? What are you doing there? If he does move his fencer forward, I can turn the fencer into a target. But if I do miss the fencer, then I am in deep trouble, really. So if it does move the fencer on this 70%, I can attack him with the guardsman, definitely. Guardsman is healthy, so he will, I guess, defend. Not sure here. It's difficult, not really sure if the fencer will commit or not, but if the fencer goes back, I will definitely go back with my guardsman. No questions asked. %40 guardsman defending versus all these. Okay, so he's going to attack the footpad. I don't think that's a good idea. He shouldn't be attacking the footpad. I mean, my footpad is only soaking up hits. His cavalryman is important for the attack. My footpad will heal immediately in this village. His cavalryman can't really heal. Plus, it's second watch. He should be careful, to be honest. It's second watch. I don't agree to this move. I don't agree at all. I mean, he wants to fight a guardsman on flat. Sure, that's completely understandable. Okay, he didn't take any risks there with the fencer, so I don't have to worry for the time being about the fencer. Now, look at the placement from this horseman. It's so frustrating simply because none of my units can reach him. If some of my units could have reached him, then I would have been absolutely fantastic. Now, it is, I mean, he's a bit too bold, to be honest. It is second watch. Let's see the damage. 4-3, but I deal 6-3. These units can't reach me. So I would say, I mean, it could be construed as suicidal from my side, but I'm going to go for it nevertheless. It is extremely, extremely greedy from his side, but if I can't hit the cav, then okay, at least this one can hit. So 16, 40. Okay, putting some pressure there on the cav. Problem is now he will basically get the village. But if he gets the village, he has one less unit to attack me with, right? So from this perspective, also here, this is definitely a greedy move. Dauntless. There it is. He will get the village, but if he does get the village, he won't have enough units to attack these units with, and he will lose a cav, right? So yes, he will get the village, but I will get kills, and there is one small problem here. There is this fencer, which I don't have an answer to. That's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Now, you see the Griffin Rider's positioning. He can only be reached from two sides, so I'm really basically debilitating his ability to attack at this point. Okay. There are two options here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's either a thief or a footpad. Not sure which one is the best. Probably a thief, because it can have the... It can instill the fear of a backstab. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This can backstab the spearman if he does go for the village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a dodgy move. It's a really dodgy move from my side. I'm taking a bit too much risks, I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A footpad here will have the potential of grabbing this or attacking here, but the footpad deals absolutely no damage. So from this perspective, this spearman would absolutely be fine there. So I'm going to go for a thief. On this side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not really sure whether I should threaten this area or this area. I'm just going to let Dauntless decide. Let him think about this. I'm not in the mood for thinking at this point. I'm in the mood for clicking. So let us see now. Oh, never mind. Timer is up. Let us see now what strategy he comes up with. It's dawn, so he deals, say, relatively good amounts of damage. As suspected, Fencer moving forward. On that front, my intelligent, resilient thief not doing much at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but he should be able to deal to be quite fine versus a lone fencer. So from this perspective, it does its job. Now, a spearman on the village. This would be, but if he uses the spearman here, he has one less unit to attack the footpad, as I said. It's not looking good. If he gets the spearman, I'll be able to kill a cav. I will be able to kill probably the mage, because the mage has nothing to do. The mage would just have to stay put, be covered by these units. Or the mage can attack the Griffin Rider, sure, but I hope the mage will not hit that much. I need him to miss once, and whoever attacks the Griffin Rider with a conventional attack, I need him to miss a couple of times, right? So I hope the mage can miss. If the mage goes, oh, okay, never mind. He didn't go with the mage. He didn't go too crazy. Now, with the bowman being there, it means that he's not serious about this attack, right? So if he does go for this village, I can attack this spearman as I please. The only problem is if my Dwarvish Thunderer does miss versus 60%, then I'm in a lot of trouble, right? If I go for this and miss, I feel that I should be going back and recruiting rather than taking risks on the 60%. This is just for Dauntless to think twice. That's all there is to it. Okay, he's not going there. You see, he needed units versus this footpad. He needed to kill this footpad to free up his cavalryman. Now the question is, will he get full hold? No, he's going with the mage. This is really big. His mage is committed, so now he needs yet another unit. What will that unit be? It can only be the horseman or the cavalryman himself. But now this cavalryman is wide open. So is this mage. I will definitely be going for the mage. My units, as you can see, are slow. They can't really catch up to him, but well, I basically need here, I need 5-3, 5-3, I need 4 out of 6 hits. Or I could go for the cavalryman instead, which is a bit of a sure kill. It's a tough one here, especially since my units are crawling to reach him. Right, they are literally crawling. Now, if it does commit more units for this Griffin Rider, it means he's not serious about saving these units. Again, he's killed 1 unit. I haven't killed any. He does have a wounded mage, and I am willing to fight with my guardsman on flat. What does healthy do again? Always rest heal. So these two are going to rest heal, which is pretty big considering that there is a fight going on flat. This mage being hurt is also pretty big. The fact that the fact that I'm fighting on flat is basically negating the effect of this mage. Okay. There is another cavalryman. As I said, he will always reinforce with cavalryman. What can I reinforce with? Not much. Kind of forced to play this way. Here. So I'm forced to have 2 units fighting this fencer who will try to go in, try to attack here. It's a bit of a nuisance. Now, in terms of this Griffin Rider here, he can do several things. He could go back, try to help with this fencer. He could heal. In terms of these units here, they could basically go back home now and say, I have survived an attack. Or they could go for the... Well, I'm gonna do this. He needs 2 hits. He should be able to get them. Great. So he got the hits. Now, I'm going to put more pressure on this particular mage. So if the mage doesn't go back, right, he's in great danger now. So if the mage doesn't go back, he will definitely die soonish. I am going to continue to commit units on this side. As you can see, I'm fighting with guardsmen. I'm 30% sure, but they have the resistance, right? They have the double resistance as they are fighting. Now he shouldn't be able to. Better said, he shouldn't be able to kill this guardsman that easily. He only has 2 hits on this guardsman. He might be able to kill it. That's definitely a possibility. But if he does kill it, and then he would use this strong, resilient spearman to grab the village. But I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to place this strong, healthy fighter here. So if he does kill this guardsman, if he's keen on going for this strong, resilient guardsman to get the village as a prize, then I should be able to basically block this village with the dwarvish fighter. It is more likely that he goes for this dwarvish guardsman instead, because it's wounded, right? It is highly more likely. Now, in terms of my recruits, I'm really not sure anymore. I could try to go for, considering that there is a fight and we are exchanging blows left and right, I could try to go for thieves now. I could try to switch over to thieves, because by the time this fight is over, I surely will be able to backstab a few units, right? So it will be done, then it's a bit, I feel that it's still a bit early, right, for thieves, but or you can never go wrong with a fighter, and then I could follow up with thieves afterwards. I could always follow up with thieves afterwards. However, he does have cavs coming. That is something I particularly don't like. a Thunderer, the thieves could swarm, right? Well, I'll go for a Thunderer. Quick, thank God. At least I have a quick Thunderer, he can reach here. I could try to regroup somehow, some way, and this Thunderer could also help, more or less. Quick, resilient Thunderer. Increase the unit diversity as well, so that should be okay. This Thunderer could also cover up for this Griffin Rider if he decides to go, or I could cover up with the leader and recruit another unit. So I would say this is acceptable, considering that his horseman was wounded in the process, right? So his horseman should think twice before attacking into this. If I lose the guardsman, sure, so be it. But I should be able to have at least one guardsman survive. And instead of the fight happening here at my villages, the fight is happening here out in the open. Plus, there is always the chance that he gets a lot of retaliation from this guardsman. Now, spearmen are quite good versus guardsmen on 30% from this perspective, so it is going to be interesting, definitely. Now, I wouldn't have been able to do this fighting on 30% unless I recruited this mass guardsman army, right? Anything else would have been absolutely terrible on 30% because dwarvish units rely on both resistance and defense. Guardsmen, they have such good resistance when defending that, well, they can, of course, it would be better to have, a guardsman on 50%, like this one here, but they can also take a beating from 30%. Well, that is an interesting play. Didn't expect the cavalryman to come over here. Okay, it's a strong cavalryman as well. So this tells me that he's not actually serious about fighting here. No, he's not. Okay, that is surprising, to be honest. I'm not sure about the numbers here with the guardsman, the retaliation, but he's probably thinking if he's going to commit this spearman, but then what does he do with the mage? Does he take the mage back? Does he fight with the mage? The mage is 13 hit points. That is something to be wary about. Okay, the bowman is pressing forward. That is an intelligent move, simply because obviously the bowman has no retaliation versus... Well, sorry, the Griffin Rider has absolutely no retaliation versus the bowman. That is an insane amount of damage on my Griffin Rider. Not really sure what this fencer here is doing, other than scouting, I guess. Well, I could always try and put my... Okay, that is interesting. What is he going to do here? He should be careful, to be honest. He should be careful. That hurt. This particular bowman attacking my Griffin Rider hurt. I don't think he's serious about this flank anymore. He could try to attack with the spearman into this guardsman, but I just don't see it going anywhere. If he had the horseman to follow up, sure, but again, with a hurt mage, I just don't see Dauntless risking the mage. Oh, okay. If he puts the mage on flat here and attacks this, for example, mage on flat here and attacks the guardsman, he'll then have to cover it with the other spearman, which I guess could work. And he'll put the experience in one of these. He doesn't have any intelligent ones, but I guess that's not a big... Okay, he's retreating here. I was a bit worried about this guardsman for a second there. Okay, so attack was thwarted on that side. There's a horseman here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's not going to do anything with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, definitely not going to do anything with it. I'm going to put here my Thunderer. My Thunderer doesn't deal a lot of retaliation damage to this Spearman and also this Fencer. So probably he's banking on that. However, I could also put a Thief there and try to defend with the Thief. I mean, 28. I could also try with my leader, try to kill this bowman just to discourage the attack. Not really sure at this point. I mean, these fences are they deal quite a lot of damage. Well, this spearman can also reach me as well. Well, but I can, again, he's trying to outmaneuver me. I see what he's doing. He's trying to outmaneuver me. And this is understandable. Fully appreciate that. However, I could also take some risks from my side. This is a resilient strong fencer. He will probably kill my... See, I'm kind of forced to reroute my units. Kind of forced to put this thief here and bring the Dwarvish Guardsman and to do some swapperoo. I might also lose this village, so that would be also terrible. Could also go for this 17-2 play here on 60%. It's just I just don't feel any of these plays. Okay, I'm going to go for the risky play, ladies and gentlemen, which is go for this bowman, which I did. And basically, if he keeps committing units into this side, then I will keep killing him. Now, there is also the chance here that this particular bowman fights back and I miss him, but I am willing to take the chance. So let's see. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was unbelievable. And now Dauntless is in a difficult situation suddenly. He lost a unit, sure. He will kill the Griffin Rider. There's no doubt about that. However, he needs to commit some units for the Griffin Rider, or at least one. And then he needs to commit. So from this perspective, I am more than happy to do the switcheroo here. Try to at least not get the spearman hit me as well, so I would have the cavalryman, which would be pretty painful, and the fencer as well. I don't want these fencers to do any shenanigans. They could still do shenanigans, don't get me wrong, but wouldn't want them to do too many shenanigans, right? I would want to recruit a Dwarvish Allseeker, even if he goes for the Dwarvish Allseeker and he kills the Dwarvish Allseeker, that is fine. I can use another unit to kill him back, right? That is going to be, the horseman can reach me. That is the most painful thing. I should be able to, I need actually to get this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I would need to get this particular tile, I feel, here to discourage him from grabbing all the slots here. He would have a very good area if he does go in here. I want him to discourage from I want to discourage him from doing that, right? I want to say I'm willing to fight with my leader. I have units coming. Go back. There's no space for you here. This might have been a mistake in the sense that he might block my leader. But if he does block my leader and he will not focus on the leader, he won't kill all these units. These units will pour in and help. So I'm banking on that. So he would need to commit some units to blocking my leader rather than fighting. So he needs to do too many things at once. Hopefully my 60% unit will survive. Remains to be seen. He has a lot of units here. Now it's all on this Dwarvish Thunderer and his 60%. Can he survive? There are 3 slots. Well, of course, if he goes for the Griffin Rider, there are more slots. However, I'm banking on this Griffin Rider at least doing some return damage before dying, right? So I did deal, it's a bit lucky, I guess, this turn. I did deal more damage than expected. But remains to be seen here. Because it doesn't matter. If he kills this unit and this unit, if he kills these 2 units, which are on 50% and on 60%, if he kills them and gets the village and blocks my leader, he still wins, right? So I'm putting my leader here as an extra prize for him. It's like, okay, sure, go for it. You have the leader there. Block him if you want. Probably I should have played... Well, I'm banking basically now on this surviving, on this Thunderer surviving. So you see my Griffin Rider at least dealt some damage there. Now, he has 4 slots on the Thunderer, and I'm saying you must not hit this Thunderer from 4 slots. Oh, it's already looking terrible. It's already looking terrible. I mean, this horseman can absolutely obliterate the Irish Thunderer now. It's already looking terrible. He's going for it. He's going to block my leader. And ladies and gentlemen, he hit. He missed 3 out of 3. This is absolutely unbelievable. This is absolutely crucial at this point. How many units will he commit? He has to commit this fencer from this side. That's the only way. And he absolutely needs to hit. And now he needs a hit with the horseman. He needs a hit with... If he misses with the horseman, this is absolutely fantastic. He will... he got the hit with the horseman. Now he would need to basically block me with the skirmisher from 70%. That is the only valid play for him. But if he does that, my leader gets this village and kills the horseman, hopefully. If not, I will be in serious trouble. And I need my units to basically come in and kill this fencer, hopefully. My leader on 60% on the village with regen, he would need to basically start doing some kills. Otherwise, it was all for nothing. So remains to be seen what happens. My quick healthy guardsman is going to come from this side. I do have an Allseeker. It all depends on how I use this Allseeker and how many hits does he get. It also depends on how many hits I get on the fencer. I did hit pretty well this game. So, but again, my leader not being able to recruit, that can really hurt. I lost 3 units and I've only killed 2. And my units were very expensive. And it's not looking good for me because he constantly reinforces. So if he does go here with a move on the fencer, then I am in absolutely deep trouble. It means I will never go back and recruit. Basically, this is what that means. These units will have to deal tremendous amounts of damage, and I don't think they will, to be honest. But means I have 1 shot at this horseman. If I can get the horseman, I am all right. If I can't get the horseman, then I am in, again, terrible pain. Oh, he didn't go for the big plays, I guess, which is fine. Okay, this will be incredibly difficult to defend. So I need 2 hits. I need 1 hit. Terrible versus the 70%. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is game. There is no way I'm coming back from this. I could try to basically hit this horseman a bit. Two, three, 4. There's no way to come back from this, I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, why is it doing this? If I stay with my leader here and I attack, my leader might be trapped. So from this perspective, I really don't know what to do, guys. $34. Should I go for it? Doesn't make any sense at this point. I could keep killing these units, sure, but it just feels a bit better of an idea to simply go back and recruit. These took too much retaliation damage, I feel. There's no way they are going to... I mean, it's going to be difficult. Oof. Plus 42%, minus 24%. Just needed 2 hits, and that's 70%. But, you know, you can't win them all. And this cavalryman is pretty hurt. And this horseman is probably going to get the kills on 30%. And I will be recruiting more Corsica's. And next turn I'll be recruiting a thief. And afterwards I will be moving forward with my leader. Okay, what would Dauntless do? This is the question, ladies and gentlemen. He can zone of control me with this mage if he wants to. He can kill my dwarvish fighters with his horsemen. It is a crazy random number generator game, and unfortunately, Loyalist is much better at swarming than Dwarf is. So that's basically the change in direction of attack that Dauntless did from the right hand side to the middle, and that's what basically destroyed me. 30% Dwarvish fighters, that is absolutely terrible. And these fences, they just seem unhittable. I lost more units than him, so that's going to show eventually. Can't really fight all these spearmen with. That's the problem here. This horseman is just too good versus anything except guardsmen. He's going to take also the forests, fortunately, and I will be basically stuck with this dwarvish fighter here. He can even run away with this cavalryman. There is little I can do to stop him. My only hope here is basically a lucky shot with the Thunderer and some pretty good hits with the Oathseekers. Fighting fences versus 70% is just absolutely ridiculous. So basically at this point I'm losing the game badly. I need to take risks. and it's not going to be pretty. Okay, he did not zone of control me there, which I'm a bit surprised, and he didn't. Oh, just too much damage there. Anyways, gentlemen, I should have been even more, I should have camped even more, I guess. I should have had, so the problem, because I went so defensive, I recruited so defensively. The problem was that one single fencer here counterattacked all my flank. But again, versus fences, if you don't hit them, that was the game here. I couldn't kill this fencer from 6 hits. I only got 1 out of the 6 instead of getting 2 out of 6. So this fencer survives. Now he can fight another day, or he can heal, he can do whatever. Okay, that is a bit odd. Not really sure what he's doing there. Plus, also these guardsmen, they are really bad at attacking. Oh, look at the crowd here. Okay, now I need a strong one, strong to dispatch of this fencer. So I have a chance of dying, obviously, for obvious reasons. Now I could try to attack him a bit to increase my chances of winning. However, I don't expect this to change matters that much. Of course, I'm going to miss anyway, so I'm just a bit frustrated at this point. I am going to go all in with this fencer. On this fencer, depends on what's happening. Is he going to get it? He got it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dwarvish Offseeker got the kill. That is, as simply put, unbelievable. Now, I have several options here. I mean, this is... Could try to kill this spearman here. I could try to backstab him. It's just that I have too many targets, unfortunately. I could also try to bring this guardsman forward, right? So from this perspective, perhaps it would be better to kill this spearman that also has experience, right? So again, a lot of chances of dying here because my Offseeker is not strong anymore. But I also have the chance of putting my experience into this guardsman over here, although that guardsman should go back. It's an uphill battle at this point. I can't really win it unless I take risks. So from this perspective, I'm going to play this way. 7-2. I need 4 hits basically. Okay. That's unfortunate. This one is going to level up now. So 20 there. Okay, I'm going to risk this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not much I can do. Not much at all. Could try to backstab a bit here, but it's just so. Could try also to bring my leader into the battle. Okay, try to bring my leader as well. 28. we'll recruit a poacher, I guess. And then this one should, okay, at least hit that. And at least now I could get a kill with, so I should block this spearman here. Of course, can't hit, not a problem. Now this thief, is it intelligent? At least the thief is intelligent, so from this perspective I would say get the kill with the thief. Oh, of course he hit once, why wouldn't he? And get the kill on this one as well. At least this one is a bit better chance. Okay, and then attack this mage. These cavalrymen are going to take the village, which is absolutely terrible, but I ran out of time, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, managed to get some kills, but I feel that is not enough. And I need to be more... Actually, in this particular instance versus Loyalist, it would have been better if in the beginning I went a bit Hodo. If I swarmed with my units and I managed to put some pressure at night, and then I was playing more of a chaotic faction rather than a 100% defender. But all is not lost in Wesnoth. At no point in time the game is lost simply because your opponent can keep missing and you can keep hitting, right? So from this perspective, all is not lost. However, it's not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. I will be very honest with you. I need to level up this thief, basically. He will try to kill it. He will try to perhaps kill it with the horseman. I'm not sure whether he can kill it in one blow or not. He could also try to kill this dwarvish fighter, but if he does miss and the horseman dies to the dwarvish fighter, then it is a problem. Now, this fencer, it's particularly annoying. It doesn't deal a lot of damage now, but he can still finish off the Oathseeker. This Oathseeker and this Oathseeker, they have done a decent job, I would say. However, that was just terrible. I mean, 40% first hit. That would have been interesting if the horseman would have missed. Now he still has to kill this, so he went for the knight. Good for him. I need to basically hit this knight with my leader, and I need to use the poacher and level up the poacher, hopefully. That would be the only scenario in which I would survive. Other than that, I am basically dead. Now, he can still go for this dwarvish fighter and kill it if he wishes to. He would need, though, to vacate this village. Now, I need to make sure I put the experience from the knight. I mean, if I manage to kill the knight, it's really difficult at this point. I mean, he needs to kill this dwarvish fighter, but he also needs to kill this thief. This thief is on 60%. Oh, he went with a spear. Interesting. So what will he use now to kill this dwarvish fighter? Can he kill the dwarvish fighter? He doesn't have a strong spearman. He does have another slot here. Could go for it if he wanted to. Okay, he doesn't want to take any risks. That is just so typical Dauntless. So, well, that's why he's the best. He takes calculated risks. Now, this healthy guardsman has more or less delayed a bit his attack. He can also try to basically come here and further delay. if he wishes to. Now this villaged spearman would be incredibly difficult to deal with. Okay, that is interesting play from Dauntless. I wouldn't have played this way. Okay, now the question of the day is, can I manage to kill this knight? What can I use against this knight? Well, definitely I can use the poacher, right, and see how much damage I deal. The poacher would be definitely one, the first target to use against this, and see how much damage I can deal. Of course, I only hit him. I mean, why not? I only hit him minimal times, right? Now, there can also be the leader that can be used against this knight, but it's not what I wanted, right? And then, since this doesn't work, my only choice here is to basically try to kill the spearman. It's a long shot, basically, but it's all I have. So I will try to... Oh, it's silly, really. I'm not able to kill him. One more poacher, I guess. So I would need to basically backstab him here. And I would need 2 shots, but then I would need also 2 shots with this. So it's a long shot, and he might kill me in the process. It's not going to happen. So this is just basically me being desperate at this point. I could even try with the Berserker to get 1 shot, right? Oh, actually the Berserker is doing a good job. And now I can try to level up the Thief. So I have a level 2 Thief. Now, in terms of what happens on the other side with this guardsman here, I would need to try to trap. Right, so I need to trap basically this knight here to try to kill him for experience. Now, this would be easier said than done. So 34, 36, I'm guessing. I have to do this. There's no other way. I have to try to get some damage into him. 42, it will still be incredibly difficult to kill. So, oh, that is just dealing too much damage to my poor guardsman here. So, I guess there's no point in me recruiting. And the lesson to be learned from this is that Dauntless was greedy, right? He pushed his units forward. He wanted to have a head start in terms of attacking, right? So I should have waited for him here. I should have also placed a unit on this side. I should have waited for him to funnel his units either on this side or on the other side. By me going forward, I enabled him to funnel his units there. Plus, he hit my Griffin Rider 3 out of 3, which was a bit too much versus 50%. I thought I was fine there. But with Dwarf, you really can't attack. So I tried to be a bit innovative there with my guardsmen, pushing my guardsmen forward, trying to attack but as you saw for yourselves, it didn't go too well, right? It's just if he runs around me, right, with his units, and this was the brilliant move for Dauntless. So he ran around me, right? So I was here, and then he ran around me towards the middle. My guardsmen are quite slow, even through this choke point. They couldn't reach him in time. And plus, as you saw, my guardsmen, they don't really deal real damage. Oh, that is just sad. I mean, if I would have killed that fence ages ago, that would have been brilliant. Now I'm basically stuck here trying to kill a very strong level 2, which will be incredibly difficult to achieve. Probably impossible. 16 plus 10, 26. I guess I will need to get a... not really sure here what I would need to get. I'm not sure who should get the experience, whether it should be this poacher or whether it should be this guardsman. Guardsman is pretty far away from leveling up. I guess the poacher has more potential for damage, but the poacher also dies easier than the guardsman. So it's really difficult. It's basically I am plunging from a 100-story building towards the pavement, and I'm asking myself, is it better to land on my head or on my feet? It really doesn't matter at this point. So from this perspective, ladies and gentlemen, it's great because we can take lots of risks, and we can see here all these observers coming here to see the game. Now, it is really important because okay, he's just switching there, and this is a very nice little move, right? He's basically he's not even attacking, right? He's just swapping units around. Anyway, so I can the only thing that I have left at this point is taking risks. That's the only thing that I have left. So from this perspective, that's the only unit that can reach the knight. So I'm going to go for it. I need range damage, reliable range damage, so at least 4 out of 4 this time. Now, this guardsman could go back and pillage some villages, arguably, but no, 6-3 is just so incredibly difficult to play. So I would guess this one can do 7-3, quick, healthy, 26. It's. I mean, this one is less maneuverable, right? So if it's less maneuverable, might as well use it for attacks. You see how much damage he took. Now, my only choice here, really, realistically, is this. And I will. Doesn't really matter where I play it from. I feel that either way I am doomed. I would guess this way would contribute to the backstabbing. So I would play it from this side. I really need the hit there. So I got the hit into Dwarfish Guardsman. We will see a level 2 Guardsman this game. Don't know how, but apparently we will. Now, best unit for... I could do this, right? I could try to backstab him from that direction. So I would say I could also hit him with that. So it's really difficult at this point. What do I do with my leader? Do I try to hit this guy? Do I not? Guess I could try to hit this guy, right? Yes! I can't believe I actually hit with my leader. That is actually incredibly useful. I could even put the experience into this poacher, and I can use my... Well, I could also play it a bit more conservatively. I could use this particular unit to make sure I get the kill, rather than, playing around. But then these villages will really suffer as a result. So I feel that it's important to get the village back, no matter what. So, because my units are not that, they don't have a lot of health anymore, right? So from this perspective, I will use the quick one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not really sure who to put on the village and who not to put on the village. Guessing even a bit of an aggressive play here would be in order. So, but where am I kidding? So the quick healthy one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it can at least get this village, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the other village. I can at least make a move towards recuperating my villages, right? So, but at the same time, I need somebody to grab this village in the middle. Everybody's just out of position, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what would be the best move. I'm guessing just get what I have here and then see about it. Okay, now, oh, of course, there is a cav here, so he's going to be extremely efficient at pillaging villages. I am just going to grab this, at least get some income to recruit another unit next turn, and then take it from there, prevent him from recruiting massively this turn. So as you can see, it's not that good. It's 125 to 143. It's terrible, more or less. He's just going to grab 4 more villages here, so it's just going to be terrible. I mean, I would have to risk this quick healthy guardsman. I'm not even sure what he's going to do. He's just going to go here in no Dauntless. He's just going to do that. Oh no, he didn't. Probably he has the mage healed up and ready to fight. So if I do get my Dwarvish guardsman on this village, he's simply going to bring his mage and kill my guardsman. Now I'm not sure about this spearman, what he is going to do, but this is going to be incredibly difficult for me. I mean, you see, I still have my guardsmen from the beginning, but all my other units are dead. So basically, I have no damage dealers. If I could have these guardsmen on villages, that would be superb. I could manage to defend. If I can get a level 2 guardsman here, that would be absolutely fantastic, right? But it's difficult to see how could this happen. It would be difficult to find such a kill. So Dauntless is just going to go here, grab villages, and be fine. I mean, 8 units, no, 7 units. That is just an incredible amount of losses for a dwarf. He and Dauntless was able to basically restock his army massively. I mean, we are lucky that there is a lot of shroud here, but I can assure you there are a lot of units here. Okay, now there are mages here, there are horsemen, and I'm sure as soon as I get this guardsman on this village, he's just going to die, straight up die. Now, I really don't know what to recruit at this point. Nothing is a good choice, basically. Everything is just too slow in recovering villages. I have no healing whatsoever, resilient, healthy, so yeah, at least I have these healthy guardsmen who can slowly heal in the absence of villages. This strong, resilient guardsman will have to be here for a very, very long time. It just feels a bit hopeless at this point, to be honest. Ooh, nice attack from Dauntless. I would probably go back and recruit another. So it's dawn. Probably I'll go back and recruit another archer. Right? If I go here and I have a look, you see there is a mage. There is a mage. I can assure you. So the mage can reach quite far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can't really grab this village. And the mage would absolutely obliterate me. But at the same time, there's really nothing else to do than take risks, right? So from this perspective, there's not much else left to do than take these risks. So 2-2, no 2-1. Is that 2? No, 2-2. 5, so I won't even be able to hit properly there. This guy would be able to hit, I guess. So let me do that. And let me do this. And try to impress Dauntless with my absolutely fantastic display of units. And if he does go here, I do have also this poacher trying to help. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, these villages don't really matter at this point. I'm already dead, right? So might as well do this. I'm not going to be able to defend this village, no. So I might as well do this. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units ready to fight here. So now I'm basically banking on the random number generator. I'm fighting at night versus a mage. And a lot of chaotic units, really potent in dealing damage. And I am praying. And ladies and gentlemen, if you are not playing for me, then you absolutely should, because this is good game, and it was a fabulous game versus Dauntless, but there has to be a winner, and it seems this time it will be Dauntless, unless random number generator gods smile to me, or I have managed to impress Dauntless so much that he will go back and come to fight another day. Remains to be seen. I'm doing my best to look absolutely frightening here, and this fencer is the fencer that was supposed to die but didn't, and I am absolutely mad about it, but what can we do, right? Now, if Mage does come here and goes on 50% and does deal a lot of damage, there is little I can do about it. However, these, I mean, I'm assuming there is another cavalry there. Oh, there was another cav there anyway, so there is absolutely nothing I can do versus these calves. Really, calves are the bane of Dwarf. There's no way I can play versus calves unless I recruit lots of guardsmen with these poachers, I guess, and one thief or two, and defend, then supplement with dwarves. It's a terrible matchup for Dwarf. Dauntless did have the advantage, but that doesn't take anything away from him. He played absolutely marvelously. Again, the move with outmaneuvering my dwarves, the way he took risks with the fences, one from this side, one from the front, taking that 70%, me not being able to hit that 70%, that was absolutely, I mean, I'm still hitting quite a lot, so I shouldn't be complaining. However, okay, Dauntless is, what is he doing? I would attack all day. He's so far ahead. He should attack this guardsman. It's a 28 hit point guardsman. It will absolutely melt to this mage. There's no question about that. In hindsight, the way I should have played, perhaps, is basically let Dauntless get this area and defend around, although it's quite difficult to execute. But the problem is he would have absolutely spammed these spearmen on 70% of the fences as well. I mean, dwarves do struggle versus fences. There's really no way you can attack them unless you recruit offseekers like I did, and you saw what happened. It can go either way, and then your offseekers are absolutely shattered. They will die to whatever units. Okay, is he not going to do it? Is he actually not going to attack me? I'm a bit confused at this point. Why wouldn't he attack me? I mean, well, he's not taking any risks, right? He's waiting for me to leave the game, which is fair enough. Look, he's not taking these risks. Okay, he's going back. This is a bit frustrating, right? But there's really not much I can do. I could try to go for this, right? I could try to go for this cavalryman, and he left this cavalryman here on purpose to lure my leader into attacking him, right? He especially did that so he can grab this village, he can grab the center of the map, he can grab anything that he needs to grab, right? So that was a smart move from his side, but I shouldn't fall into this trap, I feel. I mean, my units are absolutely important. I can't be wasting them at this point. I would say, step by step. Should get my keep before it's too late. It's already too late, but it's a matter of speech. I guess it's an expression, right? So I would say perhaps it's a difficult placement for this poacher, to be fair. I would not really sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, at least that. And the poacher 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll say this. Just put some pressure here. I'm sure Dauntless doesn't really care about the pressure that I'm putting there, and he shouldn't. But you never leave a neki versus Dauntless match. You play until the end. So I moved through center patch to defend, but I was fighting here from 30%. I was fighting versus offense. I needed 2 hits versus from 6, 2 hits out of 6, and I didn't get them. And as well, the fencer dealt a lot of damage back. So that was my undoing there. I took some risks with those fighters, and it just didn't work out. Anyway, he's going to go for the 60%. He is definitely going to kill it. He has 4 units, maybe 5 even. Yeah, 5 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's no way I can prevent that. He's going for it, and yeah. Again, I'm not going to concede this, fighting till the end. But it's units pouring in from all sides, so it's a bit silly at this point, to be honest. I should be conceding and admitting my defeat. He played better, and that's basically it. You live and learn, I guess. You can never, ever attack with dwarves against undead. Undead against loyalists. You just have to retreat. Defend, retreat, defend, place units in strategic locations, and wait for your basically fate, right? There is a saying in Terminator 2, I believe, there is no fate. There is. As Dwarf versus Loyalist, there is a fate, and that fate is absolutely gruesome. Well, I could probably draw this out for a bit longer here with my units getting back these villages and then recruiting something to try and fight back this invasion, but it just feels a bit. I'm overwhelmed at this point. I should admit the fact that I'm overwhelmed, and I should basically try to. I should again acknowledge defeat, leave the game, move on. But I'm not going to do it. As I said, you never leave a neki versus Dauntless game. You play it out. And I am going to do the following. Get this village, then get this village, then I am going to get some vision here from 60%, see what's coming at me, get some healing from 50% and taking some risks there as well. Probably if he's going to go here, I need my poacher on this side, and I need here lots and lots of poachers. And he can trap my leader now, and I hope he goes for it. Now, in terms of this particular guardsman, if he does go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if he does go here, I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if he does go here, it should be good enough. So if there is a fight on that side, I can at least try to level up this guardsman. So I'm saying, okay, you want to fight, go for this guardsman. You should be able to get it, just go for it, but at least give me a chance to level up my guardsman in the process. You want this village? Sure, go for it, not a problem, but at least give me a chance to level up this guardsman in the process. So I am basically playing survival at this point. There is my time of day coming, so that's a small plus, I guess. Not really sure what will happen at this point, what Dauntless will do. It's up to Dauntless. He can attack my leader. He can go for this kill. He can go for a slow kill on this 60% guardsman. He can do so many things. Sky is the limit. He is basically the master of this game at this point. He's the one deciding what happens and what doesn't happen. So it's beyond my control, ladies and gentlemen. It's basically what Dauntless decides to do, and I am not again going to concede such a classic game. 8-8, and we are going strong. Dauntless must be a bit frustrated. He will probably just attack my leader here on 33. He can block it with the fencer from 70%. There is little I can do. I only have 2 poachers here. That's it, and my leader would be on forever doomed on 50%, right? You have to fight on 50% versus 2 calves and 1 fencer. So it's not looking pretty for my leader. He could make the move if he wanted to. Strong cav, intelligent, resilient. These calves, they just have too much hit points. And remains to be seen. He can also just sit pretty in these villages, recruit more spearmen and more fences. You saw how difficult it is for me to address fences. It's just incredibly difficult. Not sure what Dauntless will do. He's a playing machine, as you see, no emotion, just straight up play, and it's going to be ugly. He has a lot of units to move. We have to be understanding with him. He does have a lot of units to move, so I have very little. It's what you see is what you get. For him, it's much more complicated, and the timer is playing a part as well because he needs to manage all these units in a short amount of time. I hope he will go for my leader. Really, he just doesn't want to lose this game by taking some silly risk, I guess. He should be recruiting 2 spearmen now and just pushing them forward. Five and the backstab, so I have a lot of area on this particular fencer if it does come to it. And I'm sure he will not grab this village. I'm sure he won't. If I manage to somehow miraculously survive this, I would be in a great position, but I really doubt that. That's just impossible. That's basically 0.0001% at this point. And I should probably... I'll concede soon, to be honest. It's no point in staying in this. I mean, what's Dauntless doing? Is he ending turn? Oh, he is. He's ending turn. No, he did not do anything, basically. He is saying, why are you in this game? Well, Dauntless, I can rarely find you, so that's why I'm still in this game now. I can take a chance here with my leader, but that would be disastrous. So that would be up. So he would basically go with all his units on my leader. So, but again, I'm taking chances. There's really not much else I can do. So I'm taking chances with my leader. Will I hit? No. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was good game, well played, I guess. I shouldn't be going for that unit anyway. Should be going for this fencer, which is quick on his feet. 22 hit points, not too shabby there. And bringing in another poacher. And I am attacking this fencer even more. Wow. Can't hit them all, I guess. Oh, it's just so many units waiting to grab those villages. There's no way I can defend versus all of them, so I'm just going to bail. Going to bring my guardsmen here. And I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that is a good placement here. So basically, I'm a chaotic Drake at this point, except that I'm dealing very, very, very little damage at this point. So I want to see what's coming at me, and I don't want to give him 3 villages. 2 villages, fine, but 3, no, that's too much. Okay, so chaotic Drake hanging in this game by the skin of his teeth and taking a lot of chances with his poachers and his leader. He should now... The reason why I took chance with his leader is because I can go on 70% afterwards. Right? So that's the only reason I took chance. But I might be dead by the time I'll go. I mean, he has 5 slots on my leader. So if he goes for my leader from 5 units and my leader deals a lot of retaliation damage, then I might have a chance to come back. However, that is very unlikely. And I assume he would just go back with everything, which would be incredibly frustrating for me. So we shall see. Will he actually go? No, he didn't go. He went for the unit instead. Well, it's a much better play, of course. I mean, that deals absolutely no retaliation damage, and that unit is on 40%. So every unit he kills is just hurts me so much at this point. He will definitely get the kill. I mean, he got a lot of hits with that spearman, and I inflicted minus 71%. Yeah, he has so many slots on this unit. He will definitely get the kill there. It was a resilient strong poacher also. Okay, there goes the poacher. And will he go for another poacher or for the leader now? Should be going for the leader with 1, 2, 3 units. He should be going for the leader. There's no reason why he should go for the leader. And remains to be seen. Now, another play that I could have made is to recruit more Dwarvish fighters, simply because they are cheaper and I can keep recruiting them for longer. So from this perspective, perhaps 4 guardsmen were a bit too much. And if I did go 4 guardsmen, I should have been a bit more conservative with my plays. It just feels like too many guardsmen. Now, again, he can just spam these cavalrymen, and I need guardsmen versus these cavalrymen, which is a very good position for him to be in. Goes for the leader kill, doesn't really matter at this point. Oh, that is just terrible. I didn't even see that horseman. That was, I guess, a nice play for me, right? He's giving me some hope, but don't think it will matter that much. So 70%. Try to hit the spearman. Problem with this leader, it's basically 0-1. He actually deals 0 damage, or deals 100% of his damage, or 0% of his damage. Now, I really don't see what I could do here. I should probably concede, and I will. I promise, ladies and gentlemen, I will eventually concede. Or I will just let him get the leader kill. It's just these fences. I mean, it's the calves that hurt, right? Because you have to overcompensate for the calves, and then when this fencer just doesn't die to attacks from fighters and deals a lot of damage in return, it's just painful. You have to at all times keep the villages, and if you don't, you are basically absolutely destroyed. Well, we shall see here. Come on, Dauntless, just move. I just need to make my final play here with this rogue, level 2 rogue. Try to perhaps kill this fencer, try to also hit a particular unit here, any unit really. And that's it. Then I will concede. Probably try to level up my guardsmen as well. Need a level 2 guardsman, yeah. Poacher, also close to leveling. 50%, that's good. 60%, that's good, again, good defense. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, will he do it? Will he go for the leader with his fencer? Will he ever end his turn? He's playing really well and he doesn't want to lose this match. Props to him, well played. I should have probably done the same, but I should have been a bit more patient recruiting so many guards, and I did not. I know you guys feel that it was a campy game, but I did not camp enough. I should have camped more. Now, okay, there it goes. Yeah, he went for the kill, but he went ages later. Now, in terms of my backstabbing potential, I only have one backstabbing target, which is this one, so I'm going to go for it. So I got the backstab there. And now I could go for, with this poacher, I could try to get the kill here, which is a good chance, I guess. So this can go to become a level 2. Now I could put my leader here and, go for the... Or I could put my leader for on 70%, but just that's a bit silly. So I could also do this, which would basically miss, yeah? So not much else to see there. And I could also, do the following. I just don't know here what would be the best move. I mean, if I do this and then I don't hit, then it would be absolutely terrible. So I'm just gonna sacrifice. Oh, I actually hit pretty well. Now, I need 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits. Oh, didn't get the hits. Now, which one of these has most chances of... One, two, three, 4. Well, doesn't really matter at this point, does it? Okay, I'm going to go with the... to keep healing the strong resilient one, and I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so I do have some decent experience levels here. My leader obviously is in no position to level up. Now, in terms of this guardsman, he doesn't have much to do here, so I'm just going to attack this mage. Not really sure it was the most brilliant move. However, I plan on taking risks wherever I can take risks, right? So here, I mean, losing yet another village, it doesn't really matter. At this point, I feel that I should be attacking, but I need the village simply for region purposes, and I don't have much region left in me. Another reason why I did use the Dwarvish Guardsman is because I want to basically lure these units to surround me, rather than the fencer coming here where it just did. Okay, some good hits on this poacher. He will definitely get the kill, I feel. What is this doing here? Oh, he wants to get the kill with that, I guess. I just need 2 misses, that's all I need. Oh, that's wishful thinking from my side. And now I simply need for these scavs to attack me, my leader to defend, and then my leader to fight back heroically. My leader to go here, recruit a thief, one last thief, because I'm a -2 income, and then basically shoot this fencer. And yeah, all other wishful thinking thoughts. And is he going to? No, he's not going to attack my leader. He's just waiting, lurking in the shadows. Now, I shall... I don't even know what I should do. He's basically avoiding me with absolutely everything he has. Should try to put my poacher on 60% and get the kill on this cavalryman, if possible. Let me see where the targets are. So is definitely a target here, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to recruit a thief on this side, and I'm going to try to shoot this. Of course not. Okay, so that's for that. I could try to go on this side and try to backstab. It just feels a bit hopeless. Now, with this being said, from the non-hopeless category, I would say push this unit forward and get some kills on this one. If I ever hit. Oh, that was a bit too much. Just didn't want that. Just killing too quickly. Then I am kind of forced to go for this one over here. See what I can do. Okay, those were some decent hits. Now I could try to see what I can do with this poacher. Of course, not much. And this needs just an insane amount of hits, which he will never get, surely. Okay, at least this guardsman is close to leveling up, and this spearman has nowhere to go. Now, in regard to this guardsman here, he stays pretty well on that village, and I'm on 0 income. Now we can start to build an empire, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he should go for my leader. I mean, it's that he has no excuse. He should go for my leader. He should go for this 50% unit. He should go for... Really, he should go for the kill. He has no more excuses. Sure, there is a 70% thief here, but he could just plow through him if he wanted to. He could kill this guardsman if he, again, had the courage to hit it. At one point, you do have to attack guardsmen with spearmen. It's just how the game works, right? You can't just forever run and hope. They will die of boredom. It just doesn't work like that. Now, he's going to go from this side. Why? Because he wants a slot for this fencer from that side. So, you see now he has the slot with the fencer, so that was well played from him. So that should definitely dispatch of the guardsman. This spearman can still run away here. So again, well played. He won't be able to run far from the rogue. The rogue will catch up to him. He has a lot of units to manage this side of the map, and he will absolutely use a lot of time to manage them. Finally going for this thief, which is basically the last defender of my king. So this is 70% at its best. Well, really at its best. That's the most mileage I could get out of that thief, and he's going strong for that thief. That thief is basically dead. He's not going to survive longer. Now, I have 2 units to level up. I'm not sure if I will even manage to level them up. There are more horsemen coming. And even the mage. Okay, this is without a doubt a difficult situation to be. Let's see what we can do. Now, we can definitely try to get some damage into this horseman, because it's the most dangerous unit lying around. So I would say then this should put some damage into the horseman as well, hopefully. Well, apparently not. At least this should put some damage to the horseman. Okay, so this should get the kill and the level up. Now, in terms of my leader, there is nothing for him to do in this area anymore. So I'll basically lure the enemy units towards me. Now I'll try to stop the mage. And the thief is basically, well, is basically having fun there. Now, this Dwarvish Guardsman was a bit unlucky. The whole game he didn't manage to level up, so he won't level up now for sure. And the Dauntless basically has to decide what unit to kill first before going for my leader. And that's basically it. If I haven't conceded the game just yet, I might as well just let it through. And he will go for my leader, basically. Hopefully. Okay, he did go for my leader finally. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so that was a bit of a survival. However, it's difficult to play survival as Dwarf, simply because if you do have a villaged unit, you just don't have the necessary damage to dispatch of that unit. So the moment I started playing survival as Dwarf, I should have probably conceded the game. I hope you enjoy the survival and you don't hate me for it. But even if you do, there's no reason to concede when you feel that you do have a chance. Even if that chance is very, very slim, there is always a chance to come back. So usually as Drake, that is pretty rewarding. As Dwarf, never seen it. It's just a difficult race to play. You basically are forced into this position to defend. And I defended pretty well, I would say, but I was outmaneuvered by Dauntless. Simply, he played better this game. Good for him. And that's basically it. I hope you enjoyed this game. I didn't want to simply concede quickly. I wanted to give you, ladies and gentlemen, a show. And now I show. Well, there's really nowhere to run, is it? I could try to. Not even really sure here what would be the best play. Well, if this was an adventure scenario, basically I would have had my leader go away, find allies, and fight another day, but it isn't. Oh, that was just terrible. Well, we shall see if he does go for my leader, and he should go with the cavalryman, and that should be the end of it. Even level 2, a good measure. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you liked it, and I shall see you next time.